Hi team, good morning. We'll start session in 2 minutes. Let's allow people to join. Hi Manisha, you can start the session. And meanwhile, maybe some more people will join slowly.
Sure. Thanks. So hi all, good morning everyone. So hope you are doing it, right? So how are you? And I see Anil, Arun, and a couple of folks joined. So yeah. So let's start with today. This is the first session, right? So to interact with you people, can you unmute one each? Like let's start with the A, Anil Kumar. So, can you introduce yourself, Anil? So, once you are done with you, once you people are done, I'll start with mine. So, So, before introducing yourself, I just want to know what you are working on or what you are looking out for. For example, out of this course, what are you looking out for? You are looking out for a job change, or you are looking out for an uh, you're looking out for an enhanced upgrading inside your career, or you want for a complete job change, or if you are looking for a job newly. So just let me know what you're expecting from this course. And so what do you know about the DevOps? So are you an intermediate or beginner, or uh, anything what you know about kind of DevOps? So let's start with Anil. So yeah, Anil, so you can unmute yourself. And sorry to put you people on the spotlight, but I just want to know from you people that what you're looking out for. And so just to interact with you people. So yeah, Anil.
Hey, hi, Manikanta. Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning, Anil. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. This is Anil. So I'm currently working in Infosys, and I'm working in non-technical thing. So basically, I'm looking for a technical course that enhance my skills and help me to grow in career. So I thought DevOps and would be the better option.
Great, Anil. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So I'm just noting. I'm just making a note. So because I should understand how many people are from, what background you people are from. Yeah. So, okay. Thanks, Anil. So, Yeah. Next one is Anjani Sriram. Hi, Anjani. Anjani Sriram. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, Anjani Sriram.
Yeah. Very good morning, sir. I am non-technical. I don't
Okay.
know about it.
Great. Okay.
Connected the last 2 3 years, but I have no time to listen classes even.
Got it.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, Anjani. And
Yeah.
Arun, you can unmute yourself, Arun. And next is Karthik. Yeah, likewise.
Yeah. Hi, Anil. Hello, everyone. Good morning. So, I have a decade of experience into Linux administration. Here and there, I worked in cloud, but not much into DevOps.
Great.
So, I have few certifications, but I don't have a hands-on. So, hopefully, this course will be more hands-on, and I
Sure.
want to completely switch to DevOps role, not
Got it.
just. It's not a full 100% DevOps role, so I want to completely transition into DevOps role. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Arun. Even I came from the Linux admin in the initial career. So yeah, we can have a transition phase how I had done and how usually people in the market do the transition from Linux to DevOps, from DevOps to SRE and SRE to MLOps. We can touch base on all those points, right? Yeah. And yeah, Karthik.
Yeah, myself Karthik, and I've been working for 5 years as a machine learning engineer and data science background, but not into deployment all this stuff. So I just want to explore how MLOps is going to help for
Got it.
upskilling. Yeah.
Got it. Thanks. Yeah. And the Lakshman Reddy, next one. Lakshman, you're there?
Hi, sir.
Hi, Lakshman. So, yeah, Lakshman. So, uh, could you please introduce yourself and to the, I mean, what your background and what you're interested in this course for?
Uh, I'm fresher, sir. I'm passed out in 2025 from CSC BTech.
Oh, great. Okay.
Present, I'm working as an intern in DevOps role only.
Oh, great. Okay.
Okay. To make it better, I've chosen.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. So, yeah, who left? Mahendra.
Hi. Currently, I'm working as a QA in the QA.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay.
So all these days, like everybody is using all these DevOps and everything tools. So
Exactly.
to change my career, so that's where I'm looking at.
Great, great, Mahendra. Yeah. So now everyone, as you told, everyone is migrating and QA role is getting extinction, right? So it's getting extended. Because of that, yeah. I mean, as we can see, there were many layoffs regarding QA, even in our company as well. So they are removing if there is a tagline with the QA lead or QA testing, so the role is getting vulnerable, you know. So it's a bit worried in the industry. And yeah, who left? Sandesh. Yeah, Sandesh.
Hi,
Sandesh.
good morning, Aryan. I'm currently working as technical support engineer. I want
Okay,
to enhance my skills in DevOps, so that's why I'm looking for it.
great, great. And we have, yeah, we have Hema. Kashif. Hi, Kashif.
Hi there, good morning. My name is Kashif and I have about 20 years experience of working as an Oracle DBA. And now I'm thinking to switch my career. So yeah, that's why I joined this webinar.
Hi, Manikanta. This is Shruti.
Hi.
Actually, I have my previous experience is 6.5 experience, and I have a career break of 4.5 years. And so my 6.5 experience is also I'm a DevOps engineer. I want to rejoin back the workforce. That's why I joined this course.
Great. Great, Shruti. Welcome back. Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think SI Babu is the last one.
Yeah, hi, Mani. Good morning. I'm working as a data engineering. I do have 8+ years of experience. Just I want to know about what is this DevOps and MLOps.
Great. Great. Thanks all. Thanks for introducing yourself. Now I'll introduce myself. I think in the workshop, if you have attended, I had introduced. And yeah, so this is Manikanta, and you people can call me MK. And so I had around 11 years of experience. And coming to this DevOps Linux, so I had started in the one of the data center. That is, we used to have thousands of servers, and as I told, like I mean, I was a core Linux engineer there. I used to work on with the hardware, literally with the hardware, Linux OS like HP Unix, Red Hat, Linux, AX, and Solaris. From there, I had transitioned to next phase. I had gone to AWS cloud. So it's a kind of cloud engineer. And now after cloud engineer, I had been to SRE. And from SRE, I had moved to, again, I've been to lead. That's a kind of Kubernetes lead engineer. And from there onwards, I'm into MLOps. So that's how I had transitioned my phase. So, for example, everyone see why DevOps or MLOps or SRE, why it is important and why you are seeing huge opportunities. If you go to the LinkedIn, I'll just speak about the opportunities what you have. Okay, so if you open the LinkedIn and if you search, for example, if you like any post, based on the algorithm, you will get the equivalent posts regarding those things, right? So that's how when you see the posts which are related to DevOps job opportunities or SRE or MLOps, for example, if you see about the DevOps job opportunities, there are plenty of job opportunities, if you see, sorry, site reliability engineer or DevOps, so there are plenty of opportunities. And also if you most of them are remote opportunities. And if the dollar rate is, obviously it's going to cross 100, and if it crosses 100, and you will be seeing double the opportunities, the remote opportunities, I can say. And so I'll speak about what type of roles you can search it out for the jobs. For example, cloud engineer, support engineer, and platform engineers, and DevOps engineer, MLOps engineer. So there are plenty of job roles what you can search it out for in the LinkedIn. And now, coming to if you people are looking out for a job, for example, if you are looking out from most of the people are from non-technical and they want to switch it to DevOps. So the first thing what you can do is, I will say for everyone, I mean, the Linux, the Linux is the background of the DevOps. Whoever comes, whoever argues also. So I will say Linux is the first one to, it's a kind of the foundation, we can say. And after that, you can go to the cloud. So that is how we are in our course also, the structured way. It's from the Linux. One second. Sorry. So we will be starting with the Linux, the course content. I'm just saying how the course has been designed. So I had designed on my own this course content. So you will see a lot of difference between the other uh, institute's course structure and this course, the way it was aligned and it was structured. So what I had done is, first is Linux, and I hope you all people had gone through the course content, right? So or else let me share my screen. Right. Hope you're able to see my screen. So yeah, I'll just touch base on this. So first is Linux. So why Linux in the sense? So as I told, it's a foundation one. So for example, if you see Kubernetes, so, and if you take the Android or anything, so if you take about the Kubernetes, so do you know the Kubernetes has evolved from the Linux itself? For example, C groups and C names and the namespaces. There is a Fedora, which is an Linux OS, right? So from there onwards, it got derived. If you take the Docker, inside the Docker, what it will be there? For example, if you take the AWS, so AWS, why people are using AWS? Why not on-premise servers? So can anyone answer that? Like why people are so fond of cloud when they doesn't have that security coming to the banking and all, but still people are completely moving towards the cloud, either AWS or Azure, right? Why? For example, you maintain a car, there is a car, right? So owning a car is different, and whenever you want, you book a car, for example, Uber or Ola. So you book the car, and wherever you want, you reach the destination, and that's it, right? When you have a car, when you own a car, you need to do the maintenance, right? And you have to give the for its servicing. You need to do for, you need to spend it for petrol. So these all components will be there, right? And when, for example, when, what is the need of car to reach destination or for a luxury, right? When you can book in the Ola, right? And you can book in the Ola or you can book in the Uber, whatever you want, you can book it, and you can reach your destination quicker and hassle free and no maintenance. So in the same way, the same concept has been applied to the current industry. So whenever they want, they are using the resources and they are leaving it. For example, if you want to maintain a database, data center, so what do you need to do? So there will be a lot of, for example, if an hardware goes, so you need to raise a support case. They will come and they will change the hardware, and you will have a downtime. These all things will be taken care by AWS with the latest infrastructure, and you cannot see the infrastructure what they are using it, right? So that's the reason most of the companies or most of the startups, you can say, instead of spending the their money expenditure on the infrastructure, they're easily migrating to cloud, right? So that is one thing. And now coming to the next one. So we will be learning about AWS and Azure. And now, so we'll speak about Ansible. We'll speak in this class about Ansible. So in the market, for example, in the current market. So for about me, if you want to ask, so I used to do it in the, in the COVID, I used to teach. I used to conduct, I used to teach the classes and I used to place the people. So after COVID, I had continued for 1 year, 2 years, and due to this, I mean, uh, I got a big hectic with the work and with my personal. I took a break. So after after 1 year or 1.5 year, so these, KSI Technologies had reached out to me, and they had asked me about these course contents because they had got through one of the referrals, and uh, they had got that I was good at this teaching and placing the people, and that's how they had reached out. And when I had gone through the contents, I feel like there should be some enhancements according to the standards of what going on. And so this is how I had prepared the content. If you can see, there is an, in the industry, the current industry, if you want to learn, if you want to upgrade, or if you want to switch it to the new job, or if you want to know end to end about the DevOps is nothing but learning about the latest technologies and implementing it. And when you discuss with your peers, or when you discuss in the with your friends, colleagues, or for example, when you attend the interview, you need to speak about the process, and you need to speak about what you know. And for example, in the DevOps, in this career, if you want to enhance in this career, DevOps, especially in DevOps, there were multiple tools. you know they will ask Linux, they will ask AWS or Azure, based on their requirements. They may ask Ansible, Terraform, Kubernetes. This is how, if you attend the interviews, these all going to touch base in the interviews. For example, if you go on the testing, or if you go on the database, or if you go on the data science, they will, it's just a kind of confined one. For example, Snowflake. So it's a, I cannot say confined, but it's a bit of there you can see the less number of technologies. And you can also feel, okay, there is a boundary between, there is a boundary on what you're learning and what you're expecting, the questions, or questions from the interviewer, or even when you can expect the topics which you are aware of. But in the DevOps, it's completely out of the scope, right? And I'm telling you, now I'm telling you, for example, for example, non-technical people, uh, they want to switch career to DevOps. They will, in the interview, they will ask about all the things, latest technologies like MLOps, observability, and GitOps with Argo CD. So this is the latest one I have added one, because this is the one. If you speak about GitOps with Argo CD, there are high chances of you people getting placed into that, right? So this is something you need to combine with the Kubernetes, and you do the deployments. Uh, so this is something new, and even for
So,
MLOps, it's a bit useful. Yeah.
so just wanted to know that in the recent times, did you done any interviews with kind of people, like did you ask the people about these things that do you know about the MLOps and DevOps?
Sorry, Anil. Could you please repeat it again?
So in the recent times, you done, do you have any done interviews?
Do you have any?
Done interviews?
Yeah. So I had took a lot of interviews, and I have given a lot of interviews, and so that's the good thing about me. What I'll do is, I'll see, most of the people are confined to a particular job. For example, you take 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years, they'll be working on to a company. And if you see my career, I had changed to 8 companies around, and which is a not good, which is a good also, right? So when you stick on to a company, you will be exposed to one environment. Like me, I had exposed to multiple environments, and I know what is going to come and how to sustain in the environment. And people see, for example, there will be a backdrop. People will say that you're switching so many companies, and there is no kind of what do we call consistency, right? But I don't care that one. So by the end of the day, what you want? You want money, and you want the technology to be learned, right? So for example, you stay for 3 years or 4 years for in a company. I'm not saying you to stay in a particular company within 1 year you change. It's not like that. So my funda, what I'm telling is, you join a company when you had around 10 to, I mean, below 10 years or below 15 years, or more opportunities. When you have opportunities, why don't you explore opportunities, and why don't you get comfort where what you get? I mean, why don't you choose what you get, right? And that is my funda. Literally, like I changed 8 companies, and also I'll be up to date with the current stack, and obviously like the interview questions, and what interview questions, and even I take a lot of interviews in my company, and I had built my own ops and SRE under me. And so that is how I'll be up to date with the current standards, current market. And that is how, if you see our GitOps with Argo CD or MLOps, that's how it came into the picture. Yeah, Anil. So,
One last
and
thing. Yep.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
while you're taking the interview, did you ask the people about these MLOps and DevOps?
Yeah, obviously. So that, see, for example, as I told, when for the DevOps interview, how it looks like is they start with the Linux, or they might not start with the Linux. By the end, they might ask Linux. Okay. They start cloud fundamentals, cloud in the sense AWS or Azure. When I switched my career from Linux to AWS, what happened is they asked only the difference between AWS and Azure, and TCP and UDP, the difference between TCP and UDP, and there are what are the services you worked on AWS, right? And what is DNS, what is Route 53, what is VPC? Those are the basic questions what I got couple of years back, right? When the cloud is booming, and when people are saying like AWS and Azure, like now MLOps people are saying. So when you switch career at that time, I'm telling you, so you will be easily sustained in the sense you can easily enter into the technology, and you can easily, everyone is new to the technologies, and you can easily cakewalk. I mean, you will be learning, and they will be learning, and you can easily come out of that, right? And now we are in a phase called MLOps and AIOps, and this is the phase now again. So now what you have to do is, now what I'll suggest for all the people is, when I start the mod, I mean, when we start this course, then only you people start attending the interview. So many people suggest that till the end of the course, don't give the interviews and all. I'll not follow that. I mean, you people can argue, or you people can come out of that one. But what I will suggest is, you people go through the interviews when we start the course. For example, after 1 month, then you can keep your resume. You can review the resume with the KSR technologies, and you can start attending the interviews. You can get the questions. For example, people can say, once we lost the opportunities, again we cannot get that is bullshit. So when you are up to date, when you are, for example, if you take TCS or any consultancy or any service based company, you might get from, if you're very good at, if they have the opportunity, I mean, if they have the need that, I mean, what do we call, if they have the positions, I can say, if they have the vacancies, if they have the demand for this course, believe me, like from one HR, you will get the call from the TCS or any of the company, and you did not go through, and immediately you will get from another consultancy, the same company, and you will attend the interview. And if you are success, and you will go through that. Not only that company, any other company, when you have the demand, I mean, when you have, uh, what do we call, when you have the potential and when you have the opportunities, you have to grab it, right? And coming to the course, like here, so we will be helping you from the initial phase, kind of resume, building the resume. And you can discuss every day, we will be discussing about the interview questions what you have faced. And I have, and these people are having one AI tool, where for every interviews you will be having, for example, you type about the Linux interview questions, you will get bunch of Linux interview questions, real time interview questions. You can go through that, you can go through those, and you can perform the interview. And moreover, what I'll say is, for example, tomorrow interview is there, like, I mean, in couple of days for you interview is there. Or see, most of the people are looking out for job, and moreover, this MLOps career, I mean, switching to MLOps, right? So I'll touch base on that as well. So I'll cover this jobs, and how you switch career and all. And coming to this, what do we call? Yeah, so jobs and all. So we will be helping in preparing the resume and getting the interview questions, and you people discuss with your peers, and you can post your whatever the interview questions you get, you can post in our WhatsApp group. And once you post your questions, and people will review, our other people will review, and you have other AI tools which you have interview, which you will get the interview questions and all, right? And based on that, for example, as I told, DevOps is a vast, very vast, you know. And you should know the concepts. For example, coming to the AWS and Azure, you should know the concepts of AWS and Azure, basic services. And not only a basic service, for example, you have to know the 3-tier architecture, and I'll give you the couple of architectures as well, the applications, how it, for example, in the AWS, there are a couple of, in the industry, how they have designed. For example, if you take a website, for example, New York, NYC.com. So after that, there is an Akamai or data power. So no one will say this, like there is an Akamai and data power. And from after the Akamai, it's a kind of web, for every website there will be an web security, and WF we call it as, and cloud cache, I mean, content delivery network, right? So Akamai will be used for, this is the real time, what, I mean, what in the industry they will design it for. And after that, there will be an ALB, and then comes to uh, the routing paths, API paths. And that's how the application gets, I mean, routed to the public interface, publicly. So these all things we'll discuss in the future. So we'll discuss the we'll discuss the production scenarios. We'll discuss the, I mean, the how applications are designed in the real time in the industry, and we'll see how the deployments are taking place. For example, Argo CD and everything. So, and the beauty of this cloud, I mean, DevOps, is everything is free. And if you take Terraform, Kubernetes, SRE consists of these principles, and SRE is completely theoretical. SLIs, SLOs, and all. And Prometheus and Grafana, which we use in SRE, it is free. Git is free, and everything, GitOps, Argo CD, and everything is free. And even MLOps. Now, coming to MLOps, And MLOps also, we can do multiple projects. For example, by the end of the course, like for example, in the module 3, now MLOps, if you see, the course is, the AI is getting transition very fast, very quick. For example, 6 months back, it's a Gen AI, what we heard. After that, agentic AI, now double agentic AI. And if you see, it was getting transition very fast, right? So by the end, for example, after the third month in the MLOps, we might add, we will not reduce, we might add some of the contents. So for example, there is an N8N recent architecture which came into the market. That's the recent one. And so like those, we will be adding into the MLOps modules, and we will see how we deploy them and how you can perform in your interviews, and also how end-to-end deployment will takes place. For example, from the GitOps, you will cover the SRE, and we will deploy the model, and we will retrain, and we will see that. And also the main thing is, we will learn about the services in the AWS and Azure. Regarding these MLOps services, we will learn and how we use them in the real time. So that is what the important thing we will learn in the MLOps, right? And yeah, and yeah, as I told, I'll be stressing upon Linux from the basics, and I'll teach about cloud and Terraform. And so you will feel that that's how I learned. How I learned is, everyone, see, for example, everyone in the uh, DevOps course, they will be having in the mindset that where to start, how to start, man. There were a lot of technologies, and there were a lot of tools, and how do we start? So I'll tell you, this is a simple way how we can start these kind of this DevOps and MLOps and SRE. And I will go in the structured way, in the designed way. So you will find end to end, and you will feel that, oh shoot, now I know end to end the pipeline, or now I'm able to deploy it. And the thing is process here. You need to follow the process. You need to connect the dots between the services, right? And the moreover, you need to know what is what. For example, what is Terraform, and what are the components inside the Terraforms. Even in the interview itself, they touch base on uh, they touch base on what is the outputs.tf file, and what is the state file. And these are some of the interview questions what they touch base on, right? And so the first question in the interview, they will ask, explain about the CI/CD in your organization. So that is a basic, like 80% of the question they will ask, what is this, explain the CI/CD in your organization, right? And the and what the challenges you face in the CI/CD and GitOps, and what are the kinds of deployments you have in your environment, like Canary, Blue Green, right? So how do you implement those? And if they are bit cranky, or if they are bit want to go in depth regarding the interviews, they will ask about if they will ask about the connections, right? So they will ask about how the connection between the edge security and your application has been happened, and how they are. So these are all the questions we'll discuss, right? All the interview questions we'll discuss. And yeah, so that's the intro about today. And yeah, any so yeah, I just want you people to ask any questions, or what your, so is there anything else you want me to cover, or what you're expecting for?
So can we know the duration, like for each module, how much time it takes?
So Linux is the one. It's going to it's a kind of approximately 1 month. So I'll not keep, and I'll tell you my way of teaching. So I'll not go by the PPTs. Okay. So for example, I will prepare a notes. For example, you take the Linux. I'll prepare the notes in a kind of Word format. Okay. And I'll give, in the notes format, and I will give you the notes after the course. Uh, After the class, I'll give you the notes, and so it's a kind of it might extend the rough. For this course content is duration is 4 months, right? 4 to 5 months, but it might reduce to 3.5. 3 months to 4 months or 4 months to 5 months, but you can roughly have it 3.5 months to 4.5 months. Yeah, this is the exactly timeline I can give. And as I told, it might go beyond, or it might not less than 3.5 months, but 3.5 months to 4.5 months it will be. Because see, if you are not understanding, I'll step beyond and I'll explain it again, and I'll take another course, another class as well if you want. And also I'll update my course accordingly. For example, as I told, MLOps is there, and I will design according when it comes to after 2 months or 2.5 months. If there are any new services which were introduced, or you request me to add the new course contents into the MLOps, obviously I'll add those, and I will add my MCBs, or there are, as I told, NI10s. So these things, the latest ones, I'll update my course and I'll go through. So that's the reason I cannot tell the exact timeline how for each module. So hope you understand. Yeah.
And also, in the module 12, observability and reliability, are we going to learn any tools for monitoring like Prometheus and all?
Yeah, obviously. So that's what. So we will be working on Prometheus and Grafana. So, and why I choose Prometheus and Grafana is most of the industries they are using Prometheus and Grafana. And also, I'll tell you, in the industry, wherever you go, they will ask you whether you have what experience you have. Either AWS or Azure. They will not ask. If you see the JDs also, job description, if you take 100 of job descriptions, they will not ask you, you should know AWS, Azure and GCP. They will ask any of the cloud services, right? Even in the observability, either they will ask Prometheus and Grafana. So most of the things Prometheus and Grafana, and they will ask ELK. Splunk is bit redundant, and ELK, Dynatrace, or they might ask App Dynamics, right? Dynatrace, App Dynamics. So these are some of the things. And Prometheus and Grafana is mostly used in the Kubernetes and even the on-premise, and they are using Nagios, but which is very outdated one. So yeah, so we'll discuss about the Prometheus and Grafana in very detailed version, like installing it, building the dashboards and querying it, querying the how you query them in the Prometheus, how you extract the data, and so we will install some of the exporters like Node Exporter, and I'll tell you the what exporters are and what exporters we can use. And if you speak with this knowledge in the interview or wherever you want, uh, pretty sure you will be get succeeded, or you will get rewards on based on this. Yeah, Shruti.
Okay, Nilkanta. And also, will you share the real-time scenarios? What do you do in as an SRE also, right?
Yeah, sure. That's what I'll real-time scenarios and real-time issues what we face, and SLOs, how we configure the SLOs, SLAs, and the error budgets, how we configure the error budgets. So these all things I'll discuss, and moreover I'll discuss on, for example, there is a sloth. If you people are aware of and most of the companies are using that. Hope you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
One second. There is a website called Sloth, which is used for, I just typed in chat. There is a Sloth, right? So which is used for SLO, SLIs and configuration from the time-based metrics like Prometheus and Grafana. So because SLIs should work on real-time metrics. It should not work on the logs, right? So this Sloth will work on completely real-time metrics, scraping metrics, that is from Prometheus and Grafana. And yeah, so we will be discussing all these things, Shruti. So what is in the real time, how we had configured, and what are the use case scenarios, and yeah, so those are the things.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and even in the Ansible, coming to Ansible, so we will be deploying, we will be writing some playbooks, sample playbooks, and how my course will, I mean, how my teaching way will be there is, you should be working, you should give your I mean, you should give your at least 50 to 60%, right? So if you are not able to give 50 to 60%, and I cannot, I mean, I cannot help in the sense, see, the main thing is how you express, and if you have any blockers, if you come friend and if you discuss with me, and if you say that, for example, if you have some doubt on some particular topic, or if you want me to stress it on more on some particular topic, so you should come and express to me, and that's how we will go forward. And I want you people to effort. For example, I'll complete today end of the class, for example Linux, right? For example, you say Linux, I'll say, and I'll give you some of the commands, and you need to practice it in your from your end. Otherwise it will be it will be very difficult for you to proceed for the next class, because why, I'll tell you, Linux is something you need to get hands on, right? And also for the AWS, you need to explore it. Everything is free. What you need to do is you need to explore whether it goes wrong, whether it goes right. So you just explore it. We have so many, like for example, we have ChatGPT and everything you have. You take, I'll give you some scenarios and you come up with your own scenarios, and you just explore the tool. For example, today I'll complete Linux. I'll give you some set of commands which are important commands, or which are used in real time, which is used in industry commands. I'll give you those commands and you practice those commands. And for example, if you have to think out of the box, and you need to search in ChatGPT or anywhere, and you ask them related to these commands, you give me the set of the commands, or you need to break down the commands and you need to practice. And even the same way AWS, for example, I'll tell you some services. Inside those services, you need to explore the things, and even the Git and GitHub. I can tell you 50 commands in the Git and GitHub. I mean to say Git, right? And there will be in the backend, there might be commands which I missed, and you need to prepare those commands. And what I'll tell you is, for example, today I'll complete the class and I'll give you small assignment, very small assignment, and you need to finish that assignment and you need to come back to me, right? So that you will learn yourself, right? And you can, if you face any blockers, you can do troubleshoot, or you can ask your peers, or you can that's how you can discuss, and you can, it will be very helpful, I'm telling you. And be bit serious. What I'll say is bit serious, and you will enjoy the course. And yes, I'm pretty sure whatever you are looking out for, you will enjoy for that. And you will get what you want. So that's what I can assure you. I can give the assurance. Right. So yeah, any doubts or anything? So we will start from tomorrow with the in uh, course introduction. Introduction in the sense, as we have these. What do we have? So we are having course introduction. So what is the DevOps and all. So we'll start from the tomorrow, right? And you can tell me like whatever you have doubts or what you are expecting. Again, apart from these, you are expecting anything, or you can share your ideas with me. Yeah.
So is it the first batch or like is it we had previous batches before?
Sorry.
So is it the first batch happening for this, or we had previously some batches ran?
So in the KSR, I think there were previous batches happened.
Okay.
Yeah, there are so many batches. I think there were so many placed also. So why I choose? See, I'll tell you why I choose KSR also. And see, KSR is kind of their job oriented. And for example, I can complete these all in within 40 days. You people also know there is nothing in the Linux, nothing, and I'll just touch base on what is the OS and give you some commands and I'll complete it, right? So it is nothing about why I choose KSR is uh, they're specifically student oriented, right? And also they're they will place you into the particular whatever till you get placed they will support. And for example, you got missed for one of the class, you can join another classes, not from me, you can join another class with the different tutor. So you had multiple opportunities in the KSR. So it's a kind of student oriented what I felt. So that's the reason I agreed and I took up this. Yeah.
I mean, like my my only expectation is that while we are going through this course, can we have like previous recordings on them in case someone is interested?
Okay. So you mean to ask
Yeah, like
before
if
before attending the class, you want to go through the.
no. After joining the course, if I have extra time, can I go back and go through these modules?
So yeah, I think every class will get recorded. So you can. So that's what your question is, it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every class will be get recorded, and I think they will share you the recordings, and you can go through the recordings if you miss.
What I meant is like suppose we are covering the module view, but if I feel like I have some progress and I want to close it quicker, having extra time, can I go through the 3 and 4, 5, 6 from the previous classes or previous batches?
Okay, I got it. Got it. I think you need to check with how they accommodate these things.
Okay.
You need to check with KSR. Yeah. And for example, if you want to go through, as I told, I had changed complete my structure. I don't think so. You will be having recordings,
Yeah.
recordings with, for example, GitOps with Argo CD or Kubernetes core or observability and MLOps. These are some of the new contents, and these are the new industry course content what I recently added. I don't think so. They will be having these things, the previous ones. Yeah. So I think, yeah. So if you have no questions, we'll end up here and we'll start tomorrow. And we'll start fresh from tomorrow. What we do is we'll speak about the introduction of how the DevOps, how Linux, and introduction of the course, and all these things we'll discuss from tomorrow onwards. We'll start from tomorrow onwards, right?
Yeah, and what will be the timings, Manikanta?
So it's 6:30 to 7:30, 7:30 to 8. It might extend to half an hour a bit. 6:30 to 7:30, you can fix it for.
Every day.
Every day. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Mani. Like, I'm only expecting like Azure DevOps, like dev.azure.com, right?
Yes, yes,
They're
yes.
covering this code.
Yes, yes, it will cover. So we will discuss in the AWS and we'll discuss in Azure. AWS DevOps and Azure DevOps. See, for example, we'll build the project in the AWS and the DevOps pipelines, right? And the same services will be, see, the same functionality, I can say, the same functionality will be in the Azure, and we'll build the same thing in the Azure DevOps as well. And we'll discuss the Azure core services and AWS core services between those things, and we'll see the terminology. All these things we'll discuss.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay,
Can you
then.
share this PDF?
Sorry.
Can you share this PDF? Contents, what are these contents and all?
Sure, sure. I'll just share it to you. And these might get updated, or we might discuss more than this, but I'm just giving a heads up. Okay. So we might discuss more than these, but not less than what is mentioned. Okay. So but I think most of the things are covered. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Much. I'll see. So you're in the WhatsApp chat, is it? You're in the group? Are you in the group?
No.
Is it? Okay. 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 I'll share that one. So anything else, guys? Anything you have in your mind that you want to discuss, or if, I mean, how you can ask me how different from other the course contents or the outside market. How different is this? So as I told, no, this is the complete. We will be going with the updated one, and we will discuss about the real time issues, or real time how we had configured in our pipelines and all. And I'll give you some of the applications also, real time applications, how they had configured. So these are all things we can discuss.
Is there any weekend sessions, something like a capstone project, something? Other than
So weekend projects in the sense, for every module you mean to ask, or not every weekend you want one?
every weekend. Every weekend.
Every weekend we can plan. For example, we can plan for a kind of project at the end of the week. I mean, for example, on the Friday we can give one project, and you people can, for example, if I complete Linux and I'll give you one project, kind of you need to build a server, and you need to deploy a web server, right? And you need to expose that URL to the endpoint, I mean, and that endpoint URL to the public facing. So likewise we can do for every module. We can do, I don't think so for every weekend, but once we complete with the each module, we can come up with one project which is a real-time project, and I'll tell you if you need to troubleshoot. For example, you come up with a project, right? And you face some problems. For example, some of our team might face some problem and you need to troubleshoot. So it will be very helpful. Yeah, we can plan at the end of the module.
Yeah, sure. What is the salary expectation? We can expect as per the current market situation. Is there any guess?
Yeah. So for example, you will get into your experience easily. You can get 4x. I mean, minimal is 4x, 5x. You will get. No, I mean 4x, 5x in the sense. For example, you are having an on the lower bracket. If anyone was on the lower bracket, for example, 20 lakhs or like that, and they can get easily into the 100% hike into the two all or I mean if they're on the higher bracket, they can easily get 40 to 50%. Minimum is 50% what you can expect from this the current market. More than that, like I mean, see, I know so many people who had gone from 20 to 35, 40 with a one jump, and so easily you can get that with the
How
job
about
with the job market or with the latest thing. It's not going to it's not going to extinct. And also I want to tell you, this is the right opportunity to, if you want to switch it to MLOps or MLOps career, uh, this was a perfect right opportunity to grab it. If, for example, if you waited for 1 more 2 years and people get advanced, and for then if you realize and if you want to change, then you are gone. The way of the interview questions or the way of you cope up with the latest people, that doesn't going to happen. That's not going to happen. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, how about this remote opportunity? Is that a remote opportunity? We can
There were
expect
so
the
many,
same.
yeah. There were so many remote opportunities and the same pay salary. See, you can get more pay compared to the work from office. Work from office things, because remote opportunities you will get mostly from the companies which are not established. Most of the times you will not get the companies which are not established in the India, right? So they are having flexibility and they are cost effective, and there might be some companies with the remote opportunities which will they will go with the low bracket, and there they can easily you can easily get into that. And if you want to start your career in the DevOps, you can easily get into that, and you can work for some years, and 1 year or 2 years you can immediately come back. You can switch your career to the next one. So that is either way, like both ways you can choose. So Sureka, you have asked like course content, right? I'm not able to share this. I don't know. I'll ask someone to share it from the. Yeah, I have shared. Okay. Yeah, I have shared the content, course content. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Any questions or? That's it, right? So we'll wind it up here. I we'll see tomorrow with the introduction of the course.
Oh,
And
so yeah.
yeah.
So currently, in which company you?
So I work for CBA. Sorry, who has asked that question? I missed that.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, Anil. So I work for CBA. Okay. No more questions, right? So we'll meet tomorrow, and we'll discuss the introduction of the DevOps and Linux, and we'll start from tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mankanta.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Mani. Team, anyone have a question still? Like apart from the course, if you have any concerns, doubts about career or opportunities in the market. So this is Mahesh. I'm available for answer your calls or questions. Lakshman, Karthik, Radha, Sandesh, Anil. Anyone have a questions? You can ask me.
No, we have a credential.
Sorry, Anil.
No, nothing. Nothing is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Then we can meet. You can use the same link for tomorrow as well. By 6:30 we can start tomorrow session, and you can attend 1 week classes. After 1 week, you guys can decide to continue. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.